everybody? What's up? What's up?
Hello.
Here we
What's
are again, another
up?
episode.
Yes, we made it to episode 5, y'all.
Episode
Episode five.
5. What's up,
Episode
party people?
five.
How y'all doing, my brothers?
Mm, I'm feeling good. It's a Monday here, it's nice. It's been a hell of a day, so can't complain.
I
How
am
was your day?
so weak at you saying it's a Monday here like it's not Monday everywhere.
I don't know if you're watching this on a Monday. You might be watching this on a Tuesday or a Wednesday,
This is
so
You
true.
just
right,
let
you
you hear
right.
where we
This is
are.
true.
This is
This is
true.
true.
This is true.
You don't.
Yes,
I got you.
it is
Yeah.
Monday.
Got you. But everybody, episode five. We are here for episode five. Almost done with our first season. How do you feel
Wow.
about season one? I think we have two more episodes before the end, and we have completed our first season of Thick Talk Podcast.
Bum, bum, bum,
Congratulations.
bum. You gotta drop some bombs on them. DJ Clue.
Okay. Oh,
I feel good. I feel good.
yeah.
I feel good. Stephanie Mills all over good. I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went
Likewise.
from
I
having
mean, I
headaches to
think,
being the dream.
because we watched a couple of episodes over the weekend, and it just the growth itself, and how we started and where we are now. I think that it's great.
It's,
I'm ready to
the
see
growth is
where we
given.
go from here.
It's given. It's given. It's given. It's given. All grown up now. I love it. I'm happy.
We're
I'm
laughing
excited.
because our producer gives us feedback in real time, and they told Vaughn that he sounds like he's yelling. The girl microphone is on 200.
It's
We
on
love her
Okay.
for
200.
it.
It didn't sound like you were
We love
yelling to
it.
me, friend. It was good on my end. It was good. It was good.
Well, it hasn't been that long since I've last talked to you guys and since our last episode. But are there any updates since the last time we talked?
It's hot. I'm not sure where you guys are in
It
the world
is.
if you're listening, but we have been hitting. I'm in New York on the East Coast, and we've been hit with heat wave after heat wave after heat wave. So I'm a little delirious from the heat. I can't hold you.
Not
I
delirious.
get it. It's summertime, but it's hot. It's just like consistently hot.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
hot.
So
But I'm in the house all day, so I don't really get to feel it unless I take my dog out. Other than that, maybe we in the house. We're not going outside. Y'all can have
No,
outside. It's
yeah,
too hot for me.
it's been a scorcher. But I still can't complain, y'all. It's summertime, so it's gonna be a little warm.
yeah, but
Just
it's
I
saying.
don't like
very
the
warm.
summer. I'm
It's
not a fan of
very
the
And I'm
warm.
summer.
officially
It's
not a resident
given.
of Charlotte, North Carolina anymore. I've officially moved. I guess that's news. Like the last time we spoke, I was at
But
home.
who knows?
Yes.
You might
So
be back. You might be back.
changes
Who
are happening. You never,
knows? I was gonna
We
say
never
you
know
check
with
the
know
these
where I'll
girl
be.
in the
things.
next month or so, and we'll see where she is in a month.
You
Okay.
never know. Okay, you never
When you have
know.
no ties, it
Literally.
doesn't matter. But I'm excited for tonight's episode. I'm really excited for our content tonight. I'm excited for the surprise that we have. But before we get started, as we do every episode, we have to have a drink while we talk. And
Oh my
this week's
gosh.
Stick Tale, I'm excited to hear from Dave and what we are drinking tonight.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed by now, depending if you're watching this live stream or if you're listening, we are all in our sexy, cozy satin pajamas. It's giving creep TLC. It's giving a vibe, okay? So this episode is titled Pillow Talk. And I had to just thinking about like what cocktail would be so good for some nice, some nice pillow talk or whatever. So I decided let's do a sidecar. So if you guys have never had a sidecar, this is the single sidecar, darling. And my producer, you could put it back up. We can see it for a little bit while we go ahead. So yes, if you have never had a sidecar, it is simply delightful. For those of you who do not like Hennessy, I can almost guarantee you this is the way to have some Hennessy. Okay, so we're talking 2 ounces of Hennessy, or for my girls who like a little Douce, you can use Douce as well too. It can definitely be some type of cognac. You're gonna give me about 1 ounce of some orange liqueur, okay? About some fresh, about a half of a lemon, some fresh squeezed lemon juice. You're gonna put all of that into your nice cocktail shaker. You're gonna shake it until your hands are cold. You're gonna get you a nice coupe or a nice martini glass, whatever's your poison. You're gonna rim it with some sugar, and you are simply going to enjoy. Now she's strong, okay? So this is one to sip and savor, okay? She's sexy, she's delightful, she gets the job done. So cheers to the girls' weekend, as always, fellas.
Cheers to episode 5.
Cheers to episode 5. Let me take
Episode
my first
5.
sip.
I'm so glad y'all was, we got through that because baby, this drink, it's time to gobble her down.
I
Oh,
hope
you
you
you,
have a
you
cup
needed it?
beside you to refill that skinny glass.
Listen, I like this glass. It's very elegant, but it's
It
not
is.
the glass that was being called for tonight. So I feel a little, beneath. I'm usually
It's
on
okay.
cue with all of the, cocktails, but today, it just didn't hit the same.
Remember, if you're at
Never to
home, just
tell.
drink responsibly and just do what you do, baby. Do what you do. In the words of
Drink
Whitney,
your
can
cup.
I be me? Can I be me? Okay? So in the words of Nippy, do you, baby. Do what you got to do. It's all good. But no, seriously, cheers, guys, to episode 5. Congratulations. All right. Mm, I think it's time for the surprise.
It is.
I think it's time for the surprise. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it to the first lady. Is the first lady paused right now, or she stuck the baddest?
It's giving she's paused.
It's given she's paused. All right, so we have such a special guest tonight. Part of the reason why I think Big Talk Podcast even became a podcast and we really came together is because of this special individual. He is literally one of my favorite people in the entire world. He is the gay dating coach, Lamont White from Atlanta. Oh my God, what can I say about Lamont? There's so many things that I can say about Lamont. Vaughn, what's one of your favorite things about Lamont White?
One of my favorite things, I literally just said this while we was getting prepared, but one of my favorite things is the laugh. Like the laugh, everybody is like, "Oh my
His
God,
laugh
Lamont,"
is
and that laugh, like it's very distinct. And I also like when he get the people together on his show. Like when we watching Wednesday, Shoot Your Shot,
yeah,
and them people are so out of line. Like, why are you coming on here? You're not ready. Like,
yes,
picture
literally,
like,
literally.
uh, Bluetooth off, headphones out. I mean, you already know
Not
these things if you
together.
watch the show. I mean, you're not together. Why are you playing with me? But
So
those are my favorite things, honestly.
yes. So Lamont is an official dating coach, the gay dating coach. Please look him up. Everyone, Google, take out your phones, do what you gotta do. Betterwaytomeet.com and literally get into him. Like you have to follow him on Instagram because I think what I enjoy about Lamont is that Lamont has big dick energy. Like, okay, so he is literally um somebody that you can walk into a room and literally just whew, he literally takes it over. So I
Yeah,
enjoy that about Lamont. I think I also enjoy Lamont's style. We have on a few occasions have some of the same outfits and the same shirts. So he
correct.
is literally my brother, you know what I'm
It's giving
saying?
spirit
So
animal.
it's given literally my spirit animal. Like there's so many things I could say about Lamont. I think what I really do enjoy about him is that he does a lot of things just from the goodness and the kindness of his heart. And it's just, shout out to Lamont. So he is our special guest for tonight. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties. Our third member is going to come back and join us. But in the meantime, I think we can definitely go on and bring up Lamont. What you think?
I think so.
I think so
I
too.
think
Let's
that was a
go.
swell introduction.
Oh, Lamont, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Lamont.
I said, "Hey, what's going on, Vaughn and Dave?
What's going on, Lamont? How are you this
Y'all are
evening?
hilarious. Y'all got me in my pajamas from head to toe.
Oh,
Okay, give the people a whole view.
give the people a look, honey. A
Look,
look.
head to toe in
Is
my.
it
I
giving
love it.
Versace?
Excuse me.
It's giving Versace.
It's a Versace wannabe, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
Versace. Okay.
We're gonna go with Versace tonight. Versace.
It's nice. I like it. I would
It's
wear
real
it,
cute.
twin.
Yes. So
I
Dave,
would
you
wear
gotta
it.
stay out of my closet, please.
Yeah,
Can you stay out of my closet? Okay.
I'll try. I'll try. I'll try.
What happened to T-Nail? Did I scare him off? What happened? Did I scare
It's
first
giving
lady
she
off?
got a little scared.
Got
It's
a little
giving
It's
scared.
she was
giving.
shaking in her boots, honey.
Make sure you unmute
I
yourself,
am
T-Nail.
confused.
I'm the IT guy over here too. Okay, I'm
I
working
have
hard.
never been kicked out of an alley like that. Oh God.
Oh,
I mean,
I
you
was
was
like,
on mute, honey. Look around, everybody on
Literally.
mute.
I'm like,
yes,
is she paused?
she was stuck. I'm sorry. Are your pronouns she, him, they, their, them? What are they?
My pronouns are whatever they need to be at the time, darling.
Okay.
You're
But no,
fluid.
seriously, I don't know what happened. My computer's charged up, everything's plugged in. I mean, literally, and the computer just said. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. But
Remember
I'll
that
drink to
happened.
that.
Remember that happened to me that one time. That one episode. What was that? Episode 2. I
The
went
girls be
away
praying for
for
our
like
downfall.
10 minutes, like literally, for no
It's no
reason.
shade. Dave gave you a run for your money, honey.
Oh, did she?
I do the best I can. I
Kudos to
got
I'm
Dave
sure
for
you
stepping
introduced my
up.
friend well. I'm
Yeah.
sure you, and thank you, Dave, and
He
thank you
did.
guys for co-hosting, and welcome, Lamont.
Thank you. Listen, I'm excited to be on you all's podcast. Congratulations. I love how it's
Thank you.
growing. The aesthetics, the conversation. You should applaud yourselves. I love it.
Thank you. Well, welcome to the stage. I don't know where we stopped. Did we get
We're ready
to?
for tea time with tea, I believe.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I don't have a lot of tea time, but there are some things. I haven't done politics in a while, haven't done current events, but I have to bring this up. The
Uh
attempted
oh.
assassination of former President Donald Trump has made headlines for the last 48 hours like never before. We haven't had an attempted assassination in decades. Honestly, that was, noticeable as this much. On Saturday, while in Pennsylvania at a very small Trump rally, a shooter that was on a roof at a very vulnerable point that many experts are saying should not have been accessible, and should have been heavily surveillanced. A shooter decided to try to take Donald Trump out, unfortunately nicking him by the ear. Some say he wasn't nicked at all, and hitting a audience member and killing him. The audience member that was killed was a reputable firefighter and Trump fanatic. Rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. But Mr. Trump is in big, 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 big news, as many people are skeptical of how this situation even happened. Some saying are they trying to kill Trump, and some are saying did Trump set this up himself to try to win the election? Because today started the Republican National Convention, where he announced Mr. J.D. Vance as his vice president. Many of you may not know, but his now vice president that's on the ticket with him did not like him at first. As reported, he called him the United States Hitler. He was not a Trumpster. He did not like Trump. He hated Trump. He did not like for what Trump stood for. Trump is a narcissist. And now he is on the ticket with Donald J. Trump himself. Also today, while his sons were being interviewed, Donald Trump's sons acknowledged they called their father on Saturday after the shooting. Their father made a joke out of it, and has yet to contact the family of the deceased. So it is a quite interesting week as we get started with the Republican National Convention. We also watched as we were addressed by Joe Biden himself, with an address to the country yesterday that was firm but very empathetic to the family that lost their life, and also that was very assuring to many people that have been concerned about Joe Biden's age, because many people are calling Joe old. He's too old to run. But if you're in the United States, you know anything about politics, white folks will be in that seat until the day they die, because they refuse to let somebody of color try to come in and take it. And Biden is saying, "Hey, I have to win. The Democrats have to take this election, and unfortunately, right now, y'all, the country is not ready for a black female president, and they are so not ready for Kamala to run. So right now, Biden is in the forefront. He has done a great job recently. So I just wanted to bring that to the forefront. I know everybody's been talking about the assassination attempt and what's going on. So what are your thoughts? Don't need to be here long. I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing.
Was it a BB gun or was it a real gun? I'm confused because I'm hearing different things. Because if someone
Same.
died, how do you die from a BB gun? Like
So
Same.
it was a rifle.
the
Reported it was a
rifle.
rifle that was registered to his father. Reported that it was a rifle that was registered
The
to his father.
shooter's
They were able to
father.
trace that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an
It
interesting
was
story. I mean, the
all a
bystanders are
scheme.
calling it out. Yeah, it sounds so weird. You have
All a
people on the
scheme that
ground that
Ty
call
set
the
up.
shooter.
Is the person that died a real person? Like, is it like a
Well, he is a real person.
Is he
Reportedly, he's from that town. Many people know him, and they say he was bullied. It's the perfect story. Unfortunately, when I say it, I'm not saying that without empathy, but it is the perfect story for the bullied Republican kid to have tried to take Donald Trump out. It doesn't make sense to why they tried to tie it initially to the Democratic Party, but there are no ties there. So it is reported that he is a local of the town, 20 year olds, I believe. But many say he was bullied in school and things like that. But it's a very interesting story. Secret Service was there. So like, how did this happen? And how did the
Yeah,
audience notice the shooter before Secret Service did?
this is what I want to know too. And then a lot of people say that they saw him pacing back and forth. There are reports of that he was scaling the building. So you mean to tell me somebody scaling the building and Secret Service don't see that? Their whole job is to be literally intercepting.
Vigilant.
It,
I'm
it
sorry.
just, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense. In 2024, it doesn't make sense. Maybe if this was 1962, maybe I would
Yeah.
have been like, okay, we got it. But in 2024, it just doesn't make any sense. We have so many
There was a
analytics.
video of a guy who said that they were alerting the police and Secret Service of a guy crawling up onto the building with a gun. Like they literally were like, "Hey, there's a guy right there with a gun," and they ignored him. So I think that's crazy, but it's horrible that
Yeah.
somebody died. I think that is horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
horrible.
so we had two people to die in this situation, the
Two.
shooter and an innocent in the crowd. So yet praying for them. Donald Trump has yet to call that family of the deceased Trump supporter, even though Biden and his wife did call and they declined the call from Biden. And yeah, they have yet to hear from Donald Trump and his administration. So
And
that was my hottest
something else
tea.
didn't make sense. I have to say this part because we're black in America, so I have to say it. But it was some type of report that when the first initial police officer or Secret Service person
Yes.
approached the shooter, they actually retreated. And I said, now wait a one, let's just wait 1 minute. Just wait 1 minute. This man just literally shot at a former president of the United States and y'all retreated because he pointed the gun at you? Oh,
Well, apparently that was prior to the actual attempted assassination. But I also brought that up because there was a black editor who's also a doctor that released a article. I'm forgetting the magazine or news article, but he released an article basically saying Trump, being that Trump was shot at, now he'll be able to relate to the black voters now, because
I'm
he's
so
been
tired of
shot.
that.
And a
I'm so
black man
tired of
published it.
that.
So
I have
Twitter has
never been
been
shot.
eating that up.
Because
So
we all
that's
been
also a
shot
reason why I
at.
wanted
We
to.
all been shot at, right? Because we all been shot at.
So we'll vote. We'll vote for Trump. We got mug shots and we've been shot at. It's a thing. But I don't
That's
want to
so
harbor too much on
funny.
that. I just know we had to bring that up. So make sure you guys are getting registered and get out there and vote. Make sure your friends are registered and make sure they're voting because it is important. It is a shit show, okay? But I will always ride it out for democracy, not the person. So I'd rather have the old man to stand for democracy than to be with an orange that will take every right from me and my family. So, darling,
All
get
right.
out there, get registered,
Man.
and to get votes.
Please
But
vote.
not to put a funk in America because we do have to smell good and like to taste good. We do have lifestyle with Dave coming up after this. So I'll turn it over to him as he tells us what's the scent of the week. And we'll find out from Vaughn if we can get it from the booster.
Oh, please, because this is one that we need from the booster. Okay. All right, y'all. So my set for this week is Angels Share by Killian. I'll go ahead. Oh, thank you. Oh, Jesus, this it's so funny and so befitting because we chose a Hennessy cocktail for the thick tail of the week. So when I had to think of just pillow talk and something sexy and something that you can definitely go on, I had to choose this. So again, this fragrance was introduced to me on one of my many trips to Sephora. She is a little pricey, boys and girls. She retails for about $275. However, the booster, I'm sure, could give it to me for $100. So we're gonna really work this one out. I know this is a little exclusive, but please hit the booster up. And for anybody that got any boosters, shout out to me. DM me. Big Waves on Swim. I'm here for the booster. I really am. Okay. Now, let me tell you something about it. It's worth the 275 though. This is warm. It is spicy. It actually pays homage to the Killian's Hennessy heritage. So the person who is actually the designer of the fragrance actually comes from the hair of Hennessy. Okay, so she's French, honey. It's good. So I also, for my Beehive members, when Beyonce's not wearing her fragrance, she has been known to wear this fragrance. So for those of you who probably would never get to smell Beyonce, if you would like to smell like Beyonce, Queen Bee, please go ahead and get you some for $275. Okay, this is just really yummy, guys. I mean, I have a bottle, and I have a funny story about this bottle. So My agency did a gala. They do a gala every year to kind of raise money. So for those of you who don't know, I am a social worker. I'm a program director for a not-for-profit organization. Shout out to Urban Pathways. And what we do is we provide homes to the homeless in New York City. And with that being said, every year we have a gala, and I actually won this at our what do you call that? The fundraiser, the
Hmm.
live auction. We had a silent auction, and I bid it for her, and I got her, and I'll tell you the price. I got her for $75. Could you imagine?
Hmm.
275 to 75. So yes. Um,
We love a
Also grab
steal.
her when she's on sale. We love a steal, but she does go on sale when Sephora has her yearly sale. But yeah, this is a good one, y'all. I really do like it, and it a little bit goes a long way. The bottle is looking a little scarce because the girls, when I take it on vacation, try to. I won't be bringing her to Red Dress Run.
I
No,
was just about to say, if you could please bring that to New
try
Orleans, that
it.
would be great.
Are y'all going to Red Dress Run? I'll be there.
Of
Of
course,
course
you'll
we
be
are.
there.
Oh,
Oh, you'll be
Yeah.
man,
there.
Hopefully my gown
cheers
will
to
get here
that.
in time. We'll see.
Ooh,
Oh, you going
Hmm,
big?
not a
we
gown.
have to take a photo. We have to get lined up with you.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my fragrance for the week. Again, I know she's a little pricey, but she's worth it.
Yeah, just make
Okay.
sure you bring it so I can smell it. I don't want to wear it. I just want to smell it.
I bring it, no problem.
And once again, how much does that retail for?
$275.
It'll stay on the shelf. God bless.
I hear there's a pretty good dupe. I haven't smelled the dupe yet, but
Oh, send me the
everything
link.
has a
You know
dupe.
I'm a dupe girl. I'm a
I'll
dupe
send you
She's a
the
girl.
link.
dupe girl.
$45 dupe. $45 dupe. You don't have to say you're a dupe girl. You could just say you appreciate a dupe. I don't want you to be a dupe girlfriend.
What is it
I,
do?
I just I
What's
don't
that?
want that for you. Oh, a
A
dupe
I
is
knockoff. Yeah.
a mock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
love a
close
sweet
to the
Madden.
fragrance. Um, some dupes are good. I have a nice
Yeah.
dupe for Baccarat. She's good.
You do. She do
Oh,
smell good.
She smells good.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he brought me
I
one
wish
last
some
time. We
of us
was at
could
Red
make
Dress Run,
one.
right?
hmm
Was
It
that
was
the
cute.
Renaissance one?
No, I didn't give you. You say you're a dupe girl, but I didn't give you none of those. It's okay.
But no, thank you so much for that because you
Yes.
always keep us smelling good. And I also want to give honorable mention to a great friend of the show as well, 64 Ian, who
Yes.
watches not only our show but the Gay Dating Coach as well. He has his own skin line and his own fragrance line and cologne line, perfume, how y'all like to call it, whatever level you're on. But I recently ordered some fragrances that I really loved the first time, which were the White Cedar Musk and the Summer Don't End. Well, Mr. 64 Ian decided to preview me three of his new scents, including 64 Carat, and Green Wall Street. And there was one more
Hmm.
in there. You remember, Vaughn, what the other one
It was
was?
something like flowers. I can't remember the name of it
Yeah,
though.
something with flower. I
You
will
can
tell y'all
promise
that
the
that boy
power.
has done it again.
Hmm.
That Green Wall Street smells so good to me. And
Mm.
Vaughn enjoyed the flower one, but and it sticks all day. Like I really can tell you, like I was like, I can still smell it. Like I can smell it. So I just want to shout out 64 Ian if you're watching
Yes.
and if you guys are looking for someone to support within the community, I would say give him a try. He has travel kits you can try out with different samples.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can get
Sample
the full
kit.
size
Yeah.
bottle. It's a good time. And then the skincare, I haven't tried it yet, but from what I've been told, it is productive. Okay.
All right.
Mm.
Shout out to 64 Ian. Ba.
Ba, ba, ba,
I definitely need to try
ba.
that. All right, fellas, let's get into it. Let's get into the thick
Let's
talk.
get into it.
Yes, let's get into it.
I'm
On, do you want to
excited.
introduce
So,
this week's topic to the boys and girls?
oh, this week's topic, y'all, we're going to talk about dating.
Ugh.
Single, happy, and dating. How about that?
Oh, how about that?
How about
Tell
it?
it, say it again for the people in the back.
Single, happy, and dating. Are
Single,
we single,
happy,
happy, and
and dating.
dating?
Okay. All
But
right.
yeah, in this section, we're going to talk about all things gay dating. And the first thing that we kind of want to jump into basically is just asking everyone's relationship status. I think they know ours because, of course, we've kind of mentioned it. Dave kind of gave us a little, gave us a little segue last episode about, yeah, I'm single and I'm out here looking type of vibe. So they
I
already know
did.
that we're single. Of course, Lamont is married as well. So I guess we can jump into the next question. So the next question is,
Who said I was
what are the
single?
dating
What?
stages to
Oh,
you?
Ooh,
El said he ain't single.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Hold, please. Flag on the play.
Who said I was single?
flag on the play.
Let me go back.
First
D,
lady,
would
are
you
you
like to
not
tell us what you're
single?
dating? What your relationship
I
status is,
I
sir?
want to just say do not answer. I want to check that
Okay.
box. Don't wish to answer.
Okay.
Just in case
Don't
one of
wish
them
to
watch.
answer.
Just in case one of them watch. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. No, I'm saying
I
I had to
can't
fuck with
take
the
it.
people watching. I had to fuck with the people watching. Had to do. Had
Do
to.
side pieces count, TDL? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm
It
dating.
does count. Everybody is,
I'm
dating
dating.
at this point.
Child,
Okay,
child.
so yeah, the next question is, what are the dating stages to you? How do you define the dating stages? Some people say, we have the talking stage, we have the exclusively dating stage, then we're dating, it's so many things, so many levels. So I just wanted to kind of put it out there and see what everybody else's take is on the stages in dating.
What are the
I'll go
stages in
first.
dating?
I'll
I,
go
I
first.
don't know.
So, okay, so for me, for Dave, the legend, I would like to say that I don't have a traditional quote unquote dating stage. Like for me, I really am. How can I say this? And this is probably my downfall. When I really meet somebody and the connection is great, I just kind of go with the flow. So whatever that flow looks like, I keep it open, I keep it fluid. But for sure, there are certain boundaries. Like the person is not. I'm not moving in with the person. The person's not moving in with me immediately. We're not saying all of that, but I just like it to feel more fluid and less structured, if that makes sense. So I don't necessarily have like a 90-day rule or 50-day. I don't have all of that. I kind of just really go by off of how I feel, if that makes sense. So for me, my dating stages are just it's really a case by case. And for those of you that are watching, I am a Gemini, so that may have a lot to do with it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and say it like that. I don't have like a stage or a domino effect or anything like that. I don't have that.
Well, I'm
Mm.
weird. I think you are dating and single until you get married.
Oh, I like that.
I agree.
I like you are dating single until you walk down that aisle. You put a ring on that finger.
Well,
So I can't be so I can't
Wait.
be exclusive dating nobody.
Exclusivity does not mean anything because some people are in open relationships and they're not exclusive. So that
This is
is not
true.
a marker
speak
for
on it.
being in a relationship. So you still single until y'all say, "Hey, we married."
So
Like
so
Lamont, whatever.
well, I think myself and Vaughn can attest that we've never been in a relationship. So,
Ever?
I'm ever.
Hmm.
So I'm always open to hearing what may work for other people because some ain't working for me. Okay. I never make it past the talking phase, as people would say. I barely can get a man to pay for a 4 for 4 at Wendy's, but um, I do put out. So and I never get back. But I don't know. Dating. I guess dating phases would be the getting to know, talking phase of dating. I never make it past that. I just never do. So maybe I need to try the single thing till I'm married. Because it's like once I get to the talking phase, when it come down to the let's go on a date,
Mhm.
either they flunk out or we go on the date and it just doesn't work. I really don't know. And I really need to go and get my coins together so I can get my one-on-one and stop paying for databases with betterwaytomeet.com because I literally don't know why it doesn't go further than the dating phase. I
Well,
don't know.
even
But
if you're talking to a
yeah.
guy or hanging out or just kicking it, that's dating. Spending time with a guy. That's whether people want to say, "Oh, we talking, we just hanging out." No, y'all went on a date,
This is true.
Right.
and you can
This
date
is
other
true.
people. Y'all can hang out. That's dating. Dating is just spending time with each other, hanging out, getting to know each other. And then you both are single. Like if until you all say, hey, this is legit, like we ain't going nowhere. Y'all still dating.
Yeah, I'm gonna be single the rest of my life, so I'm cool with
Don't
that.
say that.
Single and dating. I'm gonna be single and dating the rest of my life. That's fine.
Single, dating,
Oh,
and
you don't want to
happy.
be married.
And happy, you know. Hmm.
You don't want to be married.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't
if
want
it
to be
comes,
married.
I think that's also like Dave said, it's a Gemini thing. I think we just kind of go with the flow. It's like if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'm also okay with that. So,
Well,
um,
I want to be married.
I do want to be, but I mean, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, girl. I'm
I
still
just
gonna
say
be
toy
okay.
man.
I'm not gonna be depressed because I'm not married. So I mean, I think it just goes.
I think society makes us feel like we have to be married.
Hmm.
There are
Mhm.
people who are single, happy, and dating and experiencing people and have whatever type of relationships that they want, and that's okay. I think you don't have to, like, marriage is not an achievement of success.
Hmm.
Like, I think being true to yourself, being your authentic self, living out your passions and your dreams, that's success.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, society makes you think that marriage
Yeah.
is the end all be all. I mean, I've talked to like some of my friends, and they say even just with like them, like the buying process, the home buying process, they said they were buying it for themselves,
Mhm.
and they went to like meet some of their neighbors when they were like, they had bought the plots, they were going to see like how the plots are, and it basically was like, a thing of they're looking at you like, oh, well, you're doing this by yourself, like almost like you don't have nobody with you type of thing. So I just think it's a society thing,
Yeah.
in all aspects. But
And there are a lot of
yeah,
unhappy people in marriages
yeah,
Yes,
because
that's
yes.
true.
they
That's
think that
true.
success is to be married. So they'll settle for something because society has said you have to be with somebody and they know they're not happy with that person. Just
Yeah,
but you got to be married, so you're married. No, nobody wants to be in that
Yeah.
type of marriage. Mm-mm.
this is true.
It is hard though, especially when you get on social media and the girls, the gays, we do such a great job at glorifying everything and anything and telling the truth about nothing. Because we get on social media and we'll see people in these relationships. And I used to call it out and I blocked from a very well-known gay love celebrating Instagram. And I
Hmm.
just because I see stuff and I'm like, girl, it ain't all that. It just really don't be giving all
It's
that all the
not.
time.
You don't see the argument, the fight, like the physical fight they just had, like somebody stealing money, people stepping out, the arguments. Relationships are not what they appear on social media. And I think what is authentic is yourself. You living your
Mm.
authentic self. And sometimes you don't need to be the poster child for marriage or being single. Just live your life the way you
Yeah.
want to.
To you, baby.
Mhm.
I will ask y'all this at some point. Do you ever? Because I've done it. I don't do it as much, but do you ever sit back and be like, "Damn, what's wrong with me?" Like I said, I've never been in a relationship, and I'm almost, that first decade age where you start to think about life for real. I'm almost that 30, and I'm just like, "Damn, I ain't never had no man," you know. And it's like I used to be like, "Oh, what's wrong with me?" I used to blame so many things. And I took the easy way out so many times. Oh, I'm a big boy. Don't want no big boys. But then you start to
Mhm.
see big boys in relationships. Now, granted, there is still a stigma with that. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there is a moment of there's some truth there, but I realized like, hey, that wasn't it. And I consistently worked on myself. But I just wanted to ask, have y'all ever had those moments and what helped y'all? Because there are people watching that or that will listen and say, damn, that's me right now. I'm asking myself every day, why the fuck I can't make it work?
Yes.
Um, for sure. Yeah, I'll raise my hand. If I could raise both hands, I definitely would raise both hands. Absolutely. But I also think it's human. Like I've said, what's wrong with me? Not just for relationships, for why I didn't get that job, why I don't have that car, why I don't have whatever. You know what I mean? It's not just a relationship or just because I'm not married or whatever the case may be. Um, it's that inner saboteur voice that you have to literally tell. I was just having this conversation with a friend. Sometimes I talk out loud, and it's not that I'm hearing voices. I'm not schizophrenic, people. I don't want to put that out there, not to drop you out there. But sometimes you really got to encourage yourself, and you really got
Hmm.
to be like, "Girl, shut the fuck up!" Like Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for cursing, but yeah, like shut up. You know what I mean? Like that, because that voice will wear you out.
Mhm, mhm.
It will wear you out. So I definitely have been there before. I think how I just combat it is to literally just kind of talk against it and just be like, "There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with me. Like I am enough,"
Mhm.
and just kind of, I guess, combat it with daily affirmations. I think that's what has helped me in my 30s.
Yeah, yeah. I'll say yes. I've said that same statement to myself when I was single. What's wrong with me? And I want that, and I would say that's a good place to be in, because that's a place for you to say, what can I be doing differently? Right? Like, how do I show up when I meet guys? Like, am I flirting? Am I being direct? Am I ignoring red flags? Like, he is not, like, this is not going anywhere, but you still there. So like, why am I still being in this relationship with this person? Or why am I allowing this person to play on my phone? Right. So if you're in a place where you're like, what's wrong with me? That's good. So you can do some self-reflection, and then you can say, I can show up differently in a relationship. I think also there are things that you're like, this is who I am. Like, I'm 5'5". I am not going to get any taller. And guys, if you want to date someone who's over 5'5", guess what? I'm not wearing stilts, heels, or anything else. This is who I am, right?
Yeah.
This is my personality. So if someone can't appreciate me for who I am, then we don't even need to wait. Listen, don't waste my time. I'm not wasting your time. Like, I want someone who wants me for who I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that also for me, I guess I don't ask myself that question enough. Like, what's wrong with me? Because I mean, I think I'm perfectly fine. But I also know that I think that in my life, there's so much that I'm doing, like and I don't really have the time, to be honest. So I'm like, am I even carving out time for to be able to date someone? I don't think I am. So I think that that's one thing I also could work on, and showing up in that space of like actually being open to dating, because even though I say it, I'm really not like like TJ could tell you, like sometimes he be talking to somebody in the club and the friend is over there or something, and they like he trying to get me talking to them. I'm like, oh, how you doing? That's it. Like very generic conversation. I'm not really let's go head first into this. I'm interested type of vibe. So
What are you trying to say about me?
I mean, you're very talkative.
The girls is a chatterbox, honey.
The mouth of the South, baby.
But you want a guy who appreciates that about you.
Yeah.
So I know
Right.
one of the things I tell people, like, I talk a lot. I'm loud. So if I'm too loud for you, guess what? I am
Right.
not going to whisper for you.
Ain't
this
that
is
something?
like, so get into it or get on.
Yeah.
That's
Some comments from Instagram are saying, let's talk about unrealistic expectations and standards. I think that is also a thing. I know definitely matured out of that for me because being a young gay, I still want the typical man. I wanted the macho man, and I had this dream of walking around like a 1950s white vacuuming with a martini, and my man watching football, and I'm bringing snacks, and you wanted a man that you couldn't tell was gay. I'm appreciative that I've grown out of that. I like to call myself the Butch Queen Wrangler when I go out because I love me a Butch Queen. Be yourself,
You like
enjoy
to call
yourself. Be
yourself
me,
what? Hold
the
it.
Butch
Bring that
Queen
back.
Wrangler. If you ever see my Instagram and you see BQW, I'm in it. Okay, it's a Butch Queen Wrangler night. Okay, I enjoy a Butch Queen. I just do. I love the diversity of a Butch Queen. I just do. But I'm saying that to say, one of the biggest unrealistic expectations a lot of people have is the masculine trait,
Mhm.
the idea of having this alpha male, and in the reality, most of us aren't that. And then also me getting out of the habit of saying, oh, I want a man with this, and this. And then I realized, like, well, what the hell are you offering? And can you
Mm.
match that? And then once I started working towards that, I think my expectations now are a little more understandable. But yeah, unreachable expectations, guys.
Yeah, I think if I'll say this, if you have preferences, that's fine. If your preferences are working for you and you are finding love, keep them. However, if you're still saying I can't find a man, because I got these preferences. Guess
Yeah.
what? You might need to open up your preferences.
It's time to shake the table, baby.
Like,
Time to shake the table.
you might need to say, well, maybe I will date a guy who's a different race, or maybe I'll date a guy who lives in a different city. Maybe I'll date a guy who's a little bit more femme. Guess what? That's the only way you're going to find compatibility. But if your preferences are working for you, keep them.
So you know what's so interesting about that? I feel like when I first initially came out and I first started dating guys, I didn't really have all of these preferences and all of these things. And it's funny now because when I was in my younger 20s, I was in relationships. I was able to do it. So like recently the other day, just doing some self reflection, I'm like, you know what? I probably need to go back to that. I probably need to go back to that frame of mind of just being a little bit more carefree because that was attractive. They were coming, you know what I mean? Because I just was not necessarily worried about what the person looked like, what the person drove, what the person had, but just who the person was. And if I was attracted to that, let's go. We rocking with each other. We doing what we have to do. You know, I literally remember, and it's funny because last episode we did our Pride episode, but I literally remember when I came out dating, as P-Nell stated, just a butch queen, and the biggest butch queen on campus at that. I'm talking about didn't care, just kind of just had Uggs, wore makeup and whenever he wanted to, you know, pronouns were she, her, and just really didn't care. Like was so comfortable in the skin that he was in. And that actually was attractive to me because I'm like, shit, I'm trying to be like that. And I just like, and to this day, I still will give that person credit for so many things. I never listened to Madonna. I never watched RuPaul's Drag Race. So many quote unquote gay things that a typical gay does. I didn't do that prior to meeting him and having that relationship. So, you know, I definitely agree with what Lamont's sentiment is that, you know, sometimes you do have to kind of change it if it's not working. If it's working for you, do you, girl. I'm here for it. But if it ain't working, it's not a bad idea to kind of just switch it up a little bit.
I have nothing.
That's ideal. You have nothing, Vaughn, because you know we really want to get into it
I mean, if we want to get into it, we can get into it.
because we could talk about how we developed. Okay, so background: Vaughn and I
This
have been
is
best
pillow
friends
talk.
for
Woo!
yeah we've been best friends for what's this now? What how many
9
years?
years.
9, 8,
Yeah.
9 years we've been best friends. We started off as best friends. Like I just told him you'll be my best friend no matter what. And then Dave and I have been best friends for about pandemic 3 years max.
4 years.
3 4 years somewhere.
Four.
Yeah. So we've been best friends for 4 so I kind of know we all know each other's standard types. And I will say Vaughn has definitely developed because when I first became Vaughn's friend, it was very boy thug. And I will tell you, this girl is crazy. Like one time she told me that the guy came over and they had matching guns, and I said, "Girl, that is ghetto."
I
But
can't believe you
See,
just said that.
the girls are going too far, Dave. I
oh,
thought she was just gonna say, you know, like a
Was
little
this
deal
for role
trade,
play or was
but
it for protection?
she went deep,
I,
you
I
know.
want both.
the girls like it for
Um,
style and protection now. They got me drinking Hennessy,
yeah,
not my
you know,
fault.
I enjoy very masculine man. I also am not opposed to a butch queen. But you know, I have my preferences, like Lamont said, and you know, they're not working
Yeah,
for me, so I might need to switch up. Um, but you know, I mean, I'm growing. I'm definitely open more. I'm more open than I was before, definitely. But yeah, I like I said, I don't think I have time for dating. I think I need to make time for it and actually get into actually like putting myself out there. I don't put myself out there at all, other than like on dating sites. But I don't even respond to half of the people that that reach out. So I'm not really dating, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just a
ooh,
walking
child,
contradiction at this point. It's the Gemini stuff. So
get her.
One of the things that boggles my mind, and y'all can cuss me out if you want, but like there are certain qualities that we possess that we don't find attractive in potential mates. Like we might be femme, but I ain't dating no femme guy. Or we might be short, I ain't dating no short guy. We might be big, I ain't dating no big guy. So you get pissed at people who don't want to date you for the qualities that you have, but you in turn don't want to date guys who have those same qualities, or you get upset because they don't want to date you for having those qualities. I'm like, I know it just boggles my mind. I just like, I don't know what it is. Can y'all help me out with that?
So, I love a butch queen. I do. I don't think I could date anyone as dramatic as me. That's
What?
my biggest thing.
Why? You don't think it's sexy?
We both can't be that. Somebody got to be calm. Okay, somebody has to have the reality insight.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said I could see my partner being the type to be like, oh, he'll get over it in 5 minutes. Let him have his moment, or you're just overreacting. Calm down. If both of us are overreacting, I just don't see where we'll go. I don't see how we even go to dinner. Um, I don't know. It's just that, and it's like even the feminine thing. I'm. If you go to my Instagram page, I do not mind wearing a pair of boots. I will beat my face every now and then. There's certain things I don't mind doing, and I don't mind my partner doing. There just are moments I'm like, that is a little far from me. If you come in with a full acrylic set that's 5 inches, it's not for me. I think sometimes for me, it's like I think we're getting a little too close to the feminine side, and I'm not really attracted to women
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mhm.
So certain things I'm like, yeah, no. But I mean, I don't mind a man in a skirt and a wife beater and a jockstrap. That's it's my thing.
So for me, everything that you listed until okay, I'm about to be um I'm cool with everything except I have not necessarily dated a guy that's bigger than me. And when I say bigger, I'm not talking about taller, I'm talking about in weight. And it's not that they're not worthy of dating. It's just, well, I don't think two big people need to rub up on each other like that. I just think it's a lot. I just do.
Did you just say you don't want to start a fire?
Listen, I'm just
I don't want to say too
my
much.
unsolicited advice is for both of you all is to try. Date a guy who's bigger than you. Date a guy who's more femme. I see these couples who they both are like borderline drag queens, and they're so happy together. Like, and it's authentically who they are. And they both
black.
They both black. They heels, purses, makeup, everything.
So I do follow a guy named Hollywood something Howard, and him and his boyfriend are very, flexible, masculine, feminine balance, and I think it's just adorable. I just don't see myself sitting beside me.
Try. I'm just saying, go on a date with somebody. Just see how it works. Look at date.
I also don't want to date my twin. Like, I don't want people to think they're brothers or cousins.
Well, it's not for the people for me. It's like, okay, so I will give you this without saying no names. And if you watch this, I'm not talking bad about you. You know who you are. I met this guy on your show.
Mm-hmm.
He went live with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very butch queen. We actually had the same shirt on that night and did not realize it. And he lived in another state. I lived in North Carolina at the time. We did a virtual date and it was cool. But then I was like, this ain't gonna work. He was too over the top for me.
I think once you get to the core of who the person is and you do physical chemistry, I think you'll be fine. You'll get over that.
But it just didn't work out because he grew this develop. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what really happened. All right, pillow talk. Let me get in my pillow stance. Let me get real comfortable. So he ended up like saying like, you're my big strong man and I love stuff like that. And that just took me out of here. I am nobody's big strong man. Okay. I am a dater. I'm a person that likes to do things. All those things. But when he said big strong man, I said, oh baby, you got the wrong guy.
This ain't gonna work.
No. And here go my friends trying to boost it up to something. You give BDE energy. Because when I date, I like to show you that I like you. So I do send flowers. I do send a little DoorDash or something of your favorite snacks. I like to think of you. I want you to think about me. But don't be working.
It's gonna be such yourself up.
You can role play. It's okay. You can role play.
Role play.
Role play. Role play.
That girl called me a big strong man, and I said, "I'm out of here. I got to go."
You said, no, I'm dainty.
And that's the Hennessy talking.
Okay, the girls want to be a damsel in distress.
No, I don't. No, no,
I
no.
almost want to use the Kiowa. Who's gonna be? If both of you all want to be the girl,
Ooh,
who's
who
gonna
gonna be the man?
Who's gonna be the boy?
You see what y'all see what that name say? What that name say?
First lady up there.
But I don't mind it being a flip flop, but it just comes up. I don't know, and maybe y'all. This would be a good moment for y'all to chime in too, as bigger guys. It's like sometimes when people see bigger people too, they assume we about to be somebody daddy. Or we about to be such a giving man. Why? Why you thought that?
Well, I don't know about that. I know that regardless of whoever I'm with, I want to feel safe, and I want them to feel safe with me too. So that's always my trajectory how I go from that. And I don't, I'll say this: being or feeling safe has nothing to do with how masculine you are, how tall you are, how big you are. Because, honey, I felt safe with some butch queens that have on some heels rather than being safe with somebody who's a big macho guy. So it has nothing to do with that. I just, like I said, my concern has always been like, am I going to be able to feel safe with the person? I don't know. I think that is a little surface level about like, oh, I want you to be quote unquote the man of the house or anything like that. You know how I feel about this, T. Now I told you that I didn't think that that was a deal breaker, but that's me. That's me. I didn't think that was a deal breaker. I'm with Lamont on this one. It could have been a role play. It could have been a cute moment.
I might
So
tell
you
you,
think I can continue with that?
who's fighting y'all? Y'all got to fight. Why you need this man to protect you? Why can't you protect yourself?
But why do you want me to protect him?
No, I think y'all both should protect yourself. Like, who's y'all getting in fights?
I agree,
How
Lamont.
often y'all fighting? Dave, how often you fighting?
I'm not. I don't fight.
Then why you want this man to
call,
protect you?
You know, we call the police.
Listen, for me, like I said, that wasn't my situation. Again, I just want to be. I want to feel safe with somebody. But yeah, like I'm not concerned. And you're right. Like when I think about things, I can handle myself. I'm good. I'm good on any block. I'm good on any
Getting any
MLK
good,
Boulevard.
okay.
I'm good. We good.
Yeah, I don't get into all of that.
We know you
It's
good.
just,
Von the
you
baddest is always
know,
Well, Vaughn doesn't respond to people. He think everybody joking with him. That's the problem.
I just feel
oh,
like people be playing. I mean, it also be the apps that I'm on, I think as well. Like, because okay, so let's just say in my dating profile, I have no DLs in my dating profile, and everybody that hits me up has no picture.
Hey, Jerome.
Why are you messaging me?
Yeah, you are like a DL magnet. Why is that?
Why? I guess I
Because
give
they're done.
safe. Dave, do I give safe?
You hold
I
yourself.
think I think you give no nonsense. So
I give
I mean,
discreet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if I could show the girls what your Jack profile picture looks like, it would kind of explain that.
I'm
It give like hood princess.
I mean, that's who I am. I mean, I can't. My pictures show my personality. Let's be very clear.
But you're not a hood princess. You're a corporate baddie.
Well, you know, by day, hood princess by night.
swinging on a pole at the bank. Yeah.
You know, a little something, something, not too much. But yeah, I don't get it. So I just, I kind of stray away.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's very
Is it-
interesting to hear. I think it's interesting to hear how all of our perspectives are different. I do want to ask this question because somebody asked it in one of the comment areas. What is y'all if y'all could just build your man right now? What does your man look like today?
Ho, please.
We know what art looks like, Lamont, but if you would like another man,
I
you
got
can
my
let us
man
know.
right there. He looked right there. That's him, right? Behind.
Your man is behind you.
I love that fedora he had on in that picture, by the way. That was a cute snapshot.
Thank you.
What does your man look like, boys? So we can all hear.
The baddest. Go ahead
Are we
first.
are we saying like what does he look like features wise, or just like a whole build, characteristics, all of the above?
Build him in 15 seconds. Let's hear.
Okay, let's just give you a few. We're gonna go with my ideal man, 6 foot or higher,
Mm-hmm.
well kept,
Mm-hmm.
nice features. I ain't gonna say that part.
Oh,
Healed,
Uh-uh.
a leader, honest,
we want to hear.
loyal, family oriented. A
We're just
Tell me
skipping
about how
nurturer,
big it is. What's the end? What is the end
a big old
goal?
P.
empathetic, trustworthy, all of the above. That it's a lot more on here as well. But I started building it out the other day. Like I was saying, so my friends was telling me like you need to start being more direct with what it is that you want in a man. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to start writing it down. So I started writing it down, jotting a few things down. I got about 17 things down.
Woo.
Yeah, it's more so characteristics like of like how they think, how they are as beings. Like the features are just those first four that I gave y'all, but everything else
Okay.
is just like some of the characteristics that I would love for them to have. But of course, they don't have to have all of them.
Dave, what does your man look
So for me, mine is real simple. I would like a man of color. I would like him to be at least 5'8" or taller. I would like him to be ambitious, loyal, funny. Um, yeah, I don't have a huge long list to be honest.
like? Hmm.
15 seconds. So
When people have these lists of what they want in a guy, I think it's great. I think what is really more important, like while you're in the dating phase, is to figure out what type of relationship you want to be in. Like when I say what
Hmm.
type of relationship do you want to be in, is it something that's built on like equity, commitment, freedom, restriction, loyalty? Like, what's the dynamic that you want your relationship to look like? Because that'll help you once you meet a guy and you say, oh, I like how we're interacting, how we're dating, how it feels good. That's the core of what your relationship is going to be about, because some people's personalities change,
Yeah,
Yeah,
characteristics
that's true.
change, but like the core of your relationship, that's the foundation.
And
no
I
doubt
always
about
say that when I
that.
say I'm building a man, I always say how I want my man to either act or react in a relationship.
Mhm.
Just because I'm more of like I want a big personality. I think we all have big personalities on this stage. But I'm a lot to handle sometimes, and I always say I want my partner to be somebody that understands me most of all.
Mhm. Mhm.
And understanding wouldn't mean they would know every piece of me right away, but understanding, okay, TJ just acts dramatic when he gets like this, or TJ may come off strong, but he really loves you. I just want my partner to be understanding.
Mhm.
Um, and also want them to be understanding of my life. I never want to talk to somebody. I've heard horror stories how people date people that don't understand their family dynamics. Let me tell you, if you want to come talk to me, please know I talk to my family once a day, and it could be anywhere between 30 minutes and 3 hours. Now, of course, I will make time for you. That will be adjusted when we get together. But you got to understand that I love my family and I love my friends. And I always, when I watch you on Wednesdays, Lamont, I be wanting to cry when people in the comments, they be so fine and they got good jobs. And then they say, I can't date nobody that like to go out. Go out.
It's the judgment.
What's
It's
wrong
like,
with
what,
you now?
I'm supposed to sit in the house all day?
Right, I can't get
And
my
look at
man
you.
sitting in the house.
But even when I got my man, we would go look at each other every day. I can't go out once or twice.
Yeah, it's this weird perception about what going to a gay club or any social events. Like, no, it's if you want to at home housemaid, go buy one. But no, life is about exploring, enjoying it. And if you go to the club every now and then, or if you go every week, it's fine. Whatever. Now, if you go every night, then that's a
It's a little
different thing. That's a
much.
different thing. There was one guy that came on the show. He said, "No, I go out every night." I'm like,
I remember that.
can your liver handle that though? Like, like all that alcohol. He's like, "Oh, I just be partying." I'm like, "Okay, you gonna
Does
be
he
You
live in
know what she
Atlanta?
dead.
meant.
You gonna be
You know
dead."
what she
Did he live in Atlanta? I think Atlanta is the only place that
Miami.
have something to do every night.
I
I
think
be
he lived in
looking at
Miami,
my
right?
friends' stories. I'm like, why are y'all out every night? They're literally out
Well, Atlanta,
Sunday
there
through
is
Saturday.
there's you could do that in Atlanta. Like it's Monday night. There's a drag show you can go to right now.
yep,
Yes,
definitely
that is
DC,
true.
definitely New York.
Yes.
Dang.
My computer's shutting down again. I can tell y'all that now. I don't know why.
Wow.
Oh, well, we'll
But
see you on the
let's
flip
see.
side.
If you
Uh-oh.
can hear me,
I
I do
think
want to just segue a little bit to one of our final questions of being single and dating. And a question that somebody posted to me, and I always ask people, and I want to know on stage and ask people that are watching, how do you remain happy for your friends while single? As a single male myself who have many friends, I've watched weddings. I've watched people get together, break up with numerous people. I've watched my friends get swept off their feet, and I have to get used to, that new timing, that new balance with them. How do y'all do that? And what are your best practices?
So the question is, how do we remain authentically happy for someone that's in a
Yeah,
relationship? So for me
yeah,
personally, I really am a really I like love. I like love. I love love. Like I love the idea of being in love. I watch like some of my favorite movies are love stories. I love The Maid of Manhattan. I like movies like that. So I really have never had an issue with I just don't have an issue with it. I don't. I actually have never been like, oh my god, like I'm so mad that so and so's in a relationship. I mean, honestly, like I've never, especially if the person's my true friend. Like for example, I admire Lamont and his husband. I think that their relationship, their dynamic is very. It's just like I like it. I like to see it. I like to see when they interact with each other. I really do enjoy it. So I'm never a hater in regards to when I see a couple. And again, like I think Lamont said it earlier, like you don't know what they just went through on the way to the to the way to the place. You don't know what goes on behind people's closed doors. So I think I learned at a very early age, like, yeah, don't be too jealous about what the next man got going on because you
Yeah.
really don't know what's going on, right?
that's
But
true.
for the most part, from the surface level of things, if someone looks like they're genuinely happy and they're in love, especially if they're
Um,
black, shout
I
out to that.
agree.
I love that.
I think I think if you are single and you can't celebrate your friend being happy in a relationship, then you might need to check what type of friend you are. That has
Mm,
all to do with you. Like you might not be a true friend because
Hmm.
if you can't be happy for what your friend has, then sounds like you're a fake friend, and you need to deal with your internal self of finding love and happiness. Like go do the work. Don't be mad because they found somebody. You should be celebrating them. You should probably be like, hey, what event y'all going to? Tell your friend to hook me up with one of his friends.
Right.
Right? Like
He got some
right.
where's
cousins.
the barbecue? I'm coming because if you found this man, he probably got a cousin or a friend who you might like as well. But you throwing salt on it, like that's not gonna help.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, same for me. I love love. I'm a lover boy. So when I see people in love, I'm very happy for them. My cousin just recently got married. One of my favorite cousins, my closest cousin, and I was able to witness her wedding. So I mean, just being around love, it makes me hopeful as well. Like I know that someday that's gonna be me. So it's like seeing people in love, actually witness it, seeing where they go through. It also helps me to cope and start to understand the dynamics in relationships, what it is that I might want, what it is that I might not want. Um, so I'm always happy for my friends. I don't think my friends will be happy for me when I get in a relationship. They always tell me, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get in a relationship. Literally everybody, not just T-Nail, girlfriends that's in the support group right now. Literally everybody say, when Vaughn get a boyfriend, I don't know what we're gonna do because I'm always around. Like I always spend time with them. I'm always there for them. So
But that
they
doesn't
won't really
mean
be
that
happy.
that's gonna
I'm
change. That doesn't mean that's gonna change.
Oh, it's
I mean,
definitely gonna change.
it's gonna change in the sense of like you're not gonna be super duper available, but I still
Yeah.
think you're still gonna be Vaughn. I still think that you're gonna make time for your family and you're gonna make time for your relationship. One of my favorite things to do is to ask couples like, "How did you meet?" Like, I love that story. I love to hear that the behind the stories. I don't know. I'm just a fan of like relationships and people being really finding their person, finding their best friend. It's good to see.
I
yeah.
agree.
I always pray me and Vaughn find our men together because if one of us get one before the other, I think it'll just heartbreak one
Okay,
of the
T and
other.
Tamara, give me a break.
Uh, because so what are we gonna do? Because Dave be going on dates, okay? Dave be pulling the boys, so
I
that's why
have
we
a
don't be
date
worried about
next
Dave.
week.
Exactly, I'm sure. Can't wait to hear about it though, and I can't wait to
Hmm.
hear who it's with. Hmm.
That's the
So,
interesting part.
but we
I'll
we've been
send
here
it to
for
the
almost
group
an
chat.
hour, so we don't want to keep Lamont long because we do have trivia, and we want to include Lamont on our trivia because trivia is one of our favorite things to do. But as we wrap up this segment of Pillow Talk, I'm sure won't be our last. I do want to re-announce that none of these boys, Lamont, have been on your Wednesday night shoot your shot, and they are single,
Where she
including our
go?
producer Tevin and our other co-host Sean, who helps host on Wednesdays. So I also want to propose to them whenever y'all are ready to do a Thick Talk podcast night with Lamont. and we can just shoot our shot on Wednesdays and have a good time. What do y'all think?
So
Look at
it's gonna be a night where all of us from Dick Talk
Yeah,
Podcast are gonna come on.
yeah.
I'm throwing in my towel. I'm in. You guys heard
Tevin,
it
we can
here
see you,
first.
but you're not on stage. What are you doing?
Tammy's like, what's going on? He's is a frowny face. What? Are you crying or you laughing? We can make it happen in the month of July. So pick a Wednesday.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh,
Wait, I
boy,
not.
ooh,
I
that's
know
kind of
it was that
soon.
fast. I
July.
know it was that fast.
July. We do it July.
I'm
I
down.
might just push you out
As
the nest. You don't give you no time. Like let's just
July next week
go.
is fine. Next week is perfect.
I gotta look at my schedule. July is busy.
Oh, you
We'll
got a
call you
date next week. That's
secretary.
right. She ain't got one, child. Sean says she's scared, but she'll do it. And as we wrap up Pillow Talk, I do want to give a moment for final words, as we always do for topics. Before we go to trivia, Pillow Talk tonight: single, dating, and happy. Um, I'll let Lamar, our guest host for the night, kind of start our closing remarks. If you want to let the audience know any tips or anything we talked about in this small segment, here's your time.
I'll say you got a date to find Mr. Right. So it is okay for you to be out in the streets. It's okay for you to go on multiple dates with different guys. Sitting at home, literally sitting at home expecting your man to show up, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So go to the club, go to that party, go to that barbecue, go to that concert, and say hello to someone. Get the number and call the man and invite him out.
Yeah, for me, I think my remarks are I definitely need to start showing up in different spaces. I think that also opening up my preferences as well as just go visiting different spaces. I think I go to the same spots a lot. And I think that I need to start going to other places to kind of like, open up my variety of people that I am able to meet. So I think that's one of the things that I'm going to do. Hopefully, some of the people that are in the audience or listening that has the same issues that I have with those preferences and strict guidelines, they'll be able to open up as well. But that's something that I'll take back and note as well for myself.
For me, I actually love this conversation. I definitely think we need a pillow talk part two for sure. I've been working really hard on me. Like I've been really pouring into David. Whether it's been career wise, I've been really busting my tail. Health and wellness, I've been really working out. I've been really pouring into me. So I do think it's now time to kind of get back on the bike and really kind of say, hey, you know what? I've done the work personally. So let me go ahead and see if I can, meet somebody. This is year 35 for me. I just turned 35 last month, and it's time. I'm at a good spot. I'm at a good spot. So you know what? To hell with it. We're gonna jump in, or we're gonna walk by faith and not by sight for the church day.
Amen.
Yes, and to close out the final remarks, I will say to all of you, never be scared to shoot your shot. I am the girl to be in the bar and will buy a drink. If I'm in a restaurant or anything, I'm the one to say, "What are they drinking?" Send one to that table, because people are not gonna know you like them or you're attracted to them without you telling them or showing some kind of sign. So don't be afraid to just step out there. And if you have a friend like me, don't be mad at them when they push you out like I do these girls, because sometimes I'll be like, "Girl, you need a little." Um, but also while you're single and dating, continue to be happy. Do you do and be the best you. And when I say be the best you, try different things. Don't wait for a man to do certain things. Don't wait for a man to travel, or I can't wait to have a man so we can go do that. Girl, go do it by yourself or with your friends, because it could be your last day here on earth. So enjoy it. And sometimes when you start living your best life, and I know we hate hearing it because I used to hate hearing it. When you stop looking for it, it'll come to you. But no, seriously, when you start living your life, you start meeting different people, connecting, your circle becomes larger, your network becomes larger, and now you have different fish in the pond, darling. So as long as you stay up in the little pond and don't go nowhere, you ain't gonna get nothing. But step outside of your, comfort zone and do a little thing and see what happens. Okay. And I'll drink to that. Oh, and somebody said what y'all got in common. Well, I'll put this for the three people in common, not the married one. We all don't mind bottoming. I'll shake it up for the night.
What?
Who said that?
Oh, then.
You can add me in that too. Okay, hello.
Okay.
I ain't want to speak on the married folk. But no, it's time for trivia, which
That
I'm
girl is
really excited
crazy.
for.
Crazy.
Lord have mercy. Is
Who
Kevin
said
ready?
that?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
Couple
go.
trivia night.
So
If you're
before we
watching
start,
on
hold on.
Instagram and
Before we
everything,
start,
participate.
yeah, before we start, we got to explain the rules.
Oh yes.
We got to explain the rules to Lamont. How this work? Are each of us getting a question, or do we just answer? We buzzing in? How we doing it? Because Lamont, every
Oh, that's
show the girls change.
What's the rules?
I
What's the
think that
rules
we'll
for
just
tonight?
do a question per person, like just and then if I get it wrong, it goes to the next person, and they can kind of get that point. But I think that's what we're doing. Everyone gets a question.
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
it.
So this segment is Black couples. So get yourselves prepared and think about some of the famous couples that you know that are married in the Black lifestyle. So let's go, Tevin. Who is married to Boris Kojo? So I'm gonna go first, and that is Nicole Ari Parker.
Oh,
I didn't know
good
she know that.
job. I,
Hmm?
I I
She
know
know
her
that.
face. I don't know her name. Oh, I
TJ,
know
your
this
Oh,
go.
one.
I know this. This is my girl Angela Bassett, bitch. That's my favorite.
He cheated. Why he gave her that
And
one?
now it's Lamont go.
All right, let's see what this is. Who's married to LeBron? I don't know. I don't watch basketball.
Oh my God, y'all don't know this?
I don't.
Dave, do
Who's
you
Is her
know?
is her name Savannah? I don't know her name. I don't remember her name. Something
That's
with an
it.
S.
That's it.
Savannah.
Hmm.
Savannah James. Oh,
they say?
okay, cool. I did know. Who's married to
Look at
Jessica?
y'all.
Oh, I know this. Niecy Nash.
I ain't know that.
The Niecy Nash.
The Niecy Nash babes.
How y'all know all the people married folks?
That's like my those. Remember, that's my favorite.
That
Oh,
Like,
that is how Stella got her groove back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was hard.
oh, here go TJ. Woo, TJ, you know this.
and we're
George.
moving on up to the east side.
We
To a
finally,
deluxe dub. I didn't drink too much. It's the Jefferson.
okay, we finally got a piece, honey.
Yes, if you're in the comments, please answer whatever questions. We can't see them from the platform, but I can see them on my iPad. Please answer and participate.
Okay, come on, StreamYard, get it together. Lisa and
Lisa
Will.
and Will.
Lisa and Will.
Lisa and Will.
I don't know this one.
Lisa
Poor
and Will.
Lamont. I don't know this one. Lisa and Will. Will Smith?
Fresh Prince of Bel
Oh,
Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
What couple was that?
Lisa was Tyra Banks,
No,
no?
it's on the newer one. The new.
Oh,
I mean, I think it's the remake as well. I remember from the remake. The remake has
But who
Tyra
plays
Banks.
Lisa?
Lisa, and it's the.
Tyra
But
Banks
I
was a
don't. I
real
don't remember
Lisa
who
on
Lisa
it.
was in the original. I don't.
I
I don't
think she
remember
was
who
a
that
real Lisa
was.
because did she work on the university or something
Or was it
at the
Nia
store?
Long? I don't remember who.
I think it was Nia
Mm.
Long.
Sheila and Troy. Oh, why
Oh,
did I get married?
Oh yeah, that was. Oh yes, 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 yes.
going to the
You
mountain
know
to save
Sheila
my
and
I
Troy.
think
nigga.
this is the last question. Am I wrong?
Mm-mm.
What is Kerry
Kerry
Washington's
Washington's husband.
husband's name? She's
A
married?
real husband?
Don't
Or
know.
the white man
I
in
have
in
no idea.
are we talking
I
about the
have
white man
no.
in
No,
No, we're not talking about
Oh,
Scandal.
no.
We're
oh, a
talking about
scandal,
real
a
life.
scandal with the president, right?
I think
he
he's talking
said
about real
no,
life.
No,
the
he talking
real
about real
husband.
life,
I didn't
y'all.
even
Hold
know
on,
she
let's be
was
in the audience.
married.
If you watching this, who was Kerry Washington married
Would have
to?
never got
Oh,
that.
who? Namdi. Look,
Yeah, you,
my
Kevin,
sister, she
you
said the
tried it.
African. Namdi
My
Asamuga.
Would have never got
Oh
that.
Kevin,
my
you tried that.
God.
Who won? Put in the comment who won.
I know I
It might be
lost.
a tie.
He was in what?
I think it's a tie,
Von
but
didn't
it
Oh, my
might be
win.
sister.
you. It might
Von
be
My
didn't
sister
you.
said
win.
he was in Civi's Love.
Von didn't
Now,
win.
random
It was a
question:
I won.
Who's who's your favorite black gay couple right now? Whether they're on Instagram, famous or whatever. Who's your favorite gay black couple
Oh, was it
to
a?
watch?
To watch.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
on Instagram, not on Twitter, y'all. Because I got my favorite too.
I don't think I have a favorite couple. maybe like you said, I think you said it in the last what you call it, like Jason and Adair. I thoroughly enjoy watching their show. I've enjoyed watching them have get a child, and then also is raising him. I've seen his first birthday on Instagram. But yeah, it's probably like the only gay couple that I follow. Possibly, I don't know if I follow any other gay couples.
Hmm.
Girl, you need to follow some gay couples. You gotta
I don't
manifest
know their
what you
name.
want.
Yeah, I don't know their names, but there's a couple. They have kids there. One is more brown colored skin, and the other one is light skin. Oh my god, I can't remember their name. They have like two or three kids. They do a lot of ads and Instagram promos. Oh my god, and the
I
light
know
skin
you're
one has
talking
a
about.
nice
I think they're
ass.
in Atlanta. I
Oh my
think.
god, yeah, they're in Atlanta.
Hmm.
Um, I love because they've been together for years and they have a family. So cute. I can't think of their name. If y'all are
Me
watching, if
either.
you know their name, please let me know. Of course, we love Art and Lamont. Don't be easy. Oh, Jarius and Tariq,
Yeah.
I think is their name. I love watching them, and I also love watching um what's that? Our boy story or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I
our
love
boy
it.
story. That's what I was thinking of too. Our boy
Yeah,
story.
they're good to watch.
I also have a special shout out. So I, of course, like I said last week, I like Niecy Nash and Jessica Bates. I really do like their
Hmm.
relationship, even though they're women or cisgender women, I should say. But I also enjoy Anthony and Daryl. I also so Six Poppy and Daryl. I do enjoy them.
Oh yeah.
Um, they're somebody I know, and I've been around them, so I enjoy them and their couple and their relationship, and they've been together for like I want to say 7 years. I think they just celebrated an anniversary. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Six Poppy and Daryl.
Hmm.
I love y'all.
Do you and Art have anybody y'all ever see and be like, oh, they're cute?
We'll go with Miss Netta and Charles since y'all like featuring ratchetness. That
Ooh,
we'll go with that. Okay, Netta and Charles. Charles, you like
not Netta and Charles, honey.
okay?
Charles gonna come hit you like he hit that shit. Y'all keep on playing. Y'all keep on playing. But no, seriously. As we come to our end of our episode 5, Pillow Talk. I'm gonna say part 1 of Pillow Talk. We are
Part
drinking
one.
sidecars, which is why I'm a little lit. Um, but we want to thank Lamont from the Gay Dating Coach, also from BetterWayToMeet.com, and a really good friend of ours. And I'm gonna tell you, I've met him and his husband more than once, and I always have to tell you guys how much of a pleasure you guys are to be around. And we thank you for coming on to the show tonight and just having a good time. This won't be our last time interacting. I'm gonna try to get these girls to go on this cruise that you've been talking about with Signal 23.
Now that's gonna be lit. That's gonna be a good time. Like I'm even afraid, like how much fun it's gonna be. I can't wait until that trip comes up. But no, thank you all for
Okay.
having me on. Great conversation. I love what you all are doing. Please, please, please keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you again. And if you're watching and if you're listening, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, TikTok now, Facebook now, and Instagram. We are TikTok Podcast. This is episode 5, where we talk all things single, love, and life. And don't forget, we are almost at our season finale. We have 2 more episodes until episode 7, which we'll be filming live from New Orleans doing
Mm.
Red Dress Run. So we can't wait to see you there in NOLA, baby. And we are giving you Regal and Ratchet all week long. But until next time, boys,
Ooh,
anything else you want to tell the people in the audience?
Thanks for watching.
yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for the support. Don't forget to follow me. Big Waves Gonna Swim, and I am single again.
Well,
You
there you
better
have
put it out
it.
there.
Thank you, our producer Tevin. We never want to forget Tevin in the audience, our producer. We love you. We appreciate you. He'll be joining us in New Orleans as well. We're gonna try to get Sean to come as well, aka Side of Rice. But if you will be in New Orleans for Red Just Run, make sure you hit us up in the DMs so we can connect with you. Maybe do lunch, maybe get a drink. But until next time, keep it thick, keep it right, and keep it cute. And good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.